Good evening. On behalf of the Department of English at Harvard University and of the university as a whole, I welcome you to this memorial event in mourning and celebration of our beloved friend and colleague Seamus Heaney. I extend a special welcome to a few honored guests. Robert Shapiro of the Board of Overseers of Harvard University, Mike Smith, Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, and Deanna Sorensen, Dean of the Arts and Humanities Division of the faculty. The Consul General of Ireland in Boston, Breondan O'Coily, and Vice Consul Gillian O'Keefe. Most especially, I welcome the Heaney family who have flown the Atlantic to be with us today. Mari, Catherine, Michael, and Christopher. We are moved and honored by your presence. The readers and musicians performing at this evening's event, all but one, are members of the Department of English, faculty, junior, senior, and emeritus, students, undergraduate and graduate, staff, and alumni. We welcome also a colleague from our neighbor, the Department of Celtic Languages and Literatures. All our names are in the program, with those of the ushers also from the English department. Most of the rest of the department is here too, scattered through this great church. Many not on the program contribute to this event. I would mention especially Anna MacDonald, Gwen Odang Brown, Henry Vega Ortiz, Case Kearns, and Julia Atwood. The department owes deep thanks to Sean and Judy Pelfrey, Masters of Adam's House, to Richard Campbell, Memorial Church Sexton, and Jonathan Galassi from Farrar Straus, who allowed us to reprint the poems in the booklet you have in your hand. I'd note that one of the poems excerpted in this booklet, Station Island, is not the poem that will be read. The poem listed in the brochure, The Underground, is to be read in its place, so don't be confused. I note also that the original text of the translations from Old Irish and Old English, Pangoban and an excerpt from Beowulf, are in the brochure, not the booklet, but both will be read before Seamus's translation, if you want to follow along. Finally, I should mention that Matthew Oquan's setting of Kinship 4 is performed this evening for the first time and was written in honor of this occasion. Seamus Heaney was at Harvard off and on for nearly 30 years, between 1979 and 2007. First as a visiting lecturer, then as Boylston Professor of Oratory and Rhetoric, finally as Ralph Waldo Emerson Poet in Residence. During much of this time, as we will hear, he was also an associate of Adam's House. What his time here meant, we will try to express over the next 80 minutes, but is not for me to put into words, partly because there would be too much to say, partly because both of the greatest gifts Seamus shared, his poetry and his friendship, were given even in the classroom to individuals, and now remain with each of us alone, joined as we are by memories, tonight by grief, and always by gratitude. Seamus's poetry is for the world, not only in the sense that all great poetry is for the world, but because it so reaches for the world, present, past, and future, with a hungry eagerness, never afraid of the encounter with the alien. But he addresses us person to person, voice to voice. Reading him in a new way these past few weeks, of course we have mourned, but mourning does not easily become this poetry. Even tonight, listening again to the rich, easy words, I wager you will find it impossible not to rejoice.